Okay, hello everyone on Facebook. Guys, I am duo broadcasting today. I'm going live on Facebook and I'm going live on Instagram. Thank you to those of you that are watching me on the replay. I really appreciate you coming in. Hello, good morning, Melissa. Or I should say good evening to you over there. I hope that you guys are well. Today, I thought I would try out a duo broadcast to see if I can broadcast on Facebook and Instagram. I've got my phone next to me so I can see my comments over on Instagram. And I've also got everything here set up for Facebook. I normally go live every Monday at 9 a.m. So good morning. Hello. Welcome to Bridal Business TV. If you have not met me before, my name is Dawn Rose. I am by day a hairstylist and makeup artist, bridal specialist, and by night I try and help other hair and makeup artists start and grow their business in hair and makeup, but using this wonderful world that is the wedding industry, so that I can help you guys attract brides who book you in advance, pay you on time, and never haggle your prices. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, so today I thought I would start off by sharing some your social update. I try once a month or once every 2 weeks, depending on how much social social media updates we need to give. But I try and give a social media update on Monday mornings, just to let you know what's happening in the world of social media. A couple of things to share with you guys about Facebook and Instagram this morning, and then I thought I would share with you a few reasons why. If any of you are on the fence about choosing to do bridal, choosing to do weddings, I'm going to give you a few ideas as to why you might want to choose weddings as something for you to do. Little bits of housekeeping. The latest issue of Bridal Business is out now. That's my online monthly magazine, and it's just been released. You guys can click the links in my bio. If you're on Facebook, I've given it a link already just down below. Good morning, everyone on Instagram. If you missed out on boot camp, do not fear. You do not have to miss out on boot camp again. I've actually got the replays of boot camp up now. So if you're on Instagram, good morning, Paula. If you're on Instagram, you should be able to click on the boot camp link and it should take you straight over to register for boot camp. You can rewatch all the videos from boot camp. For those of you on Facebook, I have already left a link as well in the timeline. So let's get started with our social media update for this week. I wanted to share a couple of things about Instagram and Facebook. So let's start with Instagram. So with Instagram this week, you will see that actually in Bridal Business, in my magazine, my monthly magazine, I've shared a lot more social updates with you, but this is something that's kind of come to me just recently that I've missed in the magazine. So Instagram are testing at the moment a regram button. So a bit like how we have like a share on Facebook and you can share on your other pages. Well, this is just about being able to regram. Somebody can go onto your image or your video and they can hit the regram button and they can, post it in their on their timeline, on their profile. I think that this is going to cut down any of those other apps that we used to use to be able to do that. We used to have to use other apps. I think Instagram are trying it out so that we can do that ourselves. The other thing that Instagram does as well is that it's allowing you to invite somebody into your broadcast. So it means you can actually broadcast like with a dual screen. So it's like having, somebody else, another, like a co-host, I guess, with Instagram. So I thought those two features were pretty cool. So I thought I'd share those with you today. Facebook, all I want to really do with Facebook is say to you guys, again, I want to reiterate with Facebook that Facebook love live video. So if you haven't played around yet with Facebook Live, I really want you guys to just go on, even if all you're doing is sharing some of your makeup tips with your brides, sharing the inside of your case with your brides. Even if you are behind the scenes at a wedding, I'm not a big advocate for showing before and afters of a bride before she's even got to the aisle. But if you can grab your phone and just, go live on Facebook or on Instagram. Again, Instagram loves live too, but Facebook is great. Hey, Tina. So if we go, just grab your phone and just scan the room on Facebook when you're at a bride, showing other people what you do. Behind the scenes is a great thing to do for for just being able to share with your brides what's going on. It's nothing, doesn't need to be too elaborate when you go live. You can just do some really small things. It doesn't need to be for too long either, but maybe you go through, tell a few of your brides what's in your kit, split it up. Don't do your whole kit at once, otherwise you're not going to have anything to talk about next time. But maybe one week you talk about your foundations, the next week you talk about your bobby pins and what they're for and what they should be looking at when it comes to hair extensions or something like that. So split up your kit even and just go live. I want to challenge everyone to just try and go live. It's really important. One other thing I want to mention about Facebook is this whole, what they call clickbaiting. So Facebook do not like when you go on and you say like and share to win this. Thank you for the hearts, guys, on Instagram. Like and share to win, or comment below, or post a video, or tag a friend. Facebook really don't like those things. It's what they call clickbaiting. It's trying to get people onto your pages and stuff, and they're actually going to demote people that ask. They're going to demote businesses who ask their customers and stuff to click to win or to like and share a post. That's actually going to be demoted even more in the newsfeed. And really, we don't need any more reason for Facebook to push us out of the newsfeed, right? So just be aware, guys, that you don't post things that say click to win or like and share or tag a friend. Just keep your posts when you're doing stuff. Share things that is maybe interesting. Share things that people would like to know about you. And yes, you can mention things when you're going live. The great thing about going live, like I can share with you guys what I've got coming up. So I can technically promote myself in a way, and you can promote yourself. But the best thing to do really is, it's not all about telling people like and share or click to get this. Good morning, everyone on Instagram. How are you going today? It's not all about, click to win, like and share. If you're actually giving information, people will like and share and give hearts on your broadcast because you're sharing with something that's actually of interest to them. So that's the best way to do it. That's how you beat the Facebook algorithm. It's to actually share information that is actually important with people and that's actually giving them some good information. All right, well, that's all I wanted to say for the social media update. If you want more, go to dawnsbridal.army.com/bridal-business-magazine, and you can find the latest magazine. And that has got a big social update in it with more social updates. I wanted to talk a little bit now, just quickly, on why some of you may want to choose Bridal in your business. Now, there's a few reasons why, and I kind of think that there's like 4 reasons. The first reason is cash injection. Obviously, when it comes to brides, this is not quick cash, right? We don't do weddings because it's going to give us instant cash. Like weddings, we book out in advance. But what it does do is it does provide us with a really good sort of bulk income, right? We know that money, when you know that you've got a bride booked in, for next September, you know that money is coming. So Bridal is a great way for you guys in hair and makeup to give yourself a good cash injection, right? The second thing, which is great about Bridal, is the referrals you get. What's the cheapest way to book brides? Referrals, right? That's the cheapest way for us to book brides. So it's all about doing a really good job, providing a really awesome customer experience. I talked last week on my bridal business boot camp. I said it's all about the experience of our customers. It's all about the experience of our brides. If you give your brides the most amazing experience, she will tell everyone how amazing you are, and that's how you get more and more brides. Now, it's hard when we start out to get those referrals coming in, but the more that you do, the more brides that they do. Once you've got sort of 3, 4, 5 under your belt, then you'll start to see those people sharing you with their friends and family about how amazing you are. So number 1 was cash injection. Number 2 was referrals. Number 3 is our upselling and rebooking. I think this is sometimes where we fall a little bit short when it comes to, we let brides walk out the door without trying to offer them other products and services. If you're a hairdresser, if you're a beauty therapist, if you do things other than just just hair ups and makeup. You might want to consider, in fact, even if you do makeup, you can do this. Finding the brides is a challenge. It is a challenge. That is a challenge. Finding the right brides in the first place is a challenge. Definitely is. I think that the best thing that you need to do, you just got to profile the brides. This is what I said last week in boot camp. You've got to really profile those brides and think about where are they going to hang out? What venues would they go to? What photographers are they booking? You need to look at those things. If you can kind of work out where to find the brides, your ideal brides, the brides that you really want to work with, if you can find those ones out, and you can find out who they're hanging out with and who they're likely to see from previous brides, from previous work that these people have done, you'll be able to be in those places. But the upselling and the rebooking is more about being able to get your brides back in your chair. So it's all about being able to book a bride and say, okay, well, it might be a wedding that we've got, but when you come back from your honeymoon, I don't know how many brides I know that have the big chop. Do you guys know that? They grow their hair for their wedding, and then after the wedding, they have the big chop, right? If you're the hairdresser, you should be doing that. So you want to upsell, you want to rebook them in for other things. We want them to come back to us. For those of you that are makeup artists, I always talk about trying to get them to book, 3 or 4 makeups with you throughout a period of a year. And what that does is it guarantees they come back to you. If you can get them in your chair 3 times at least, they're going to likely keep coming back to you. And it's the same when you do hairdressing. So try and book brides that, when you're booking brides, try and see if you can upsell other things. Maybe you've got packages, obviously, for, you might have your touch-up kits and things like that, but try and book them to come back to you. The best thing that we can do is to get brides to come back to us, or come to us even in advance for special occasion hair ups and makeups, because the more they come to us, the more they'll be likely to retain them as customers. And then you're always making a revenue from them, right? Because they're always going to come to you whenever it's time to go out for a night out. They're going to come to you to get their hair and makeup done. So I think that trying to upsell and rebook, good point. Bridal shower engagement, engagement sheet, exactly. All of those things. All right. Now, the last thing my last reason for wanting to do bridal is the networking. So networking is huge in the bridal industry. It does take a little bit of time. This is something perhaps when you are a little bit more established, but it's all about, again, the guest experience. If you're providing your guests with the most amazing experience, if you're contacting the photographer, this is one of the tips I always say. If you have got a bride who is happy to share with you the name of their photographer and who they're going with, which most of the time that they will, send the photographer a quick message telling them who you are and what you're doing, and ask them, what time would you like us to have the bride ready for? What time are you arriving? What have you agreed with the bride? The bride may tell you, but we're better off going to the source, right? Go to the photographer and say to the photographer, this is Dawn from Bridal Perfection. I'm just letting you know I'm doing Cynthia's wedding next on Saturday, the 15th of July. Can you just let me know what time you'd like me to be pretty much finished, so that you can come and take some last minute, the photos, the touch-up photos, right? Because they like to come in and then do it where you're kind of just doing those last little bits of lips and cheeks and stuff. But how good a service is that if you can then approach the photographer, and then when they arrive, you go up to them straight away. Oh, hi, nice to meet you. I'm Dawn from Bridal Perfection. I've got everything ready for you. We're all here. We're ready to go. Just let me know where I can be. It's so important. Yes, it is. Work with the photographer. It's so important. Absolutely. It really is important to work with the photographers, because the photographers, again, this is all about guest experience. Number one, you are doing something behind the scenes for your brides, and they can go, oh my God, she contacted my photographer for me. She made sure she was ready when the photographer arrived. She was all set to go. It just shows so much professionalism in what you're doing. And the photographer will remember you the next time round. Do you know what I mean? The next time round, then you'll see them again. And if you start working with the same photographers and, again, keep referring them, and then they'll start referring you, and that's how it works. And networking begins. Same with the florists and things like that as well. It's a good idea. Even the bridal shops, it's a good idea to just do that. I've learned to have the bride in the chair by the time the photographer arrives. Yeah, absolutely. Now I know sometimes with the photographers, some of the times photographers will arrive really, really early because the brides asked them to. Sometimes the photographers will arrive maybe an hour before it's time to go. So they might say, okay, well, while you're just doing the bride, we're going to take photos of the dress and the flowers and the rings and all that kind of stuff. And then the bride last. Yeah, never doing the bride last. I learned the hard way. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it's good. I think it goes a couple of different ways. Sometimes it's good to do the bride last, because then all they've got to do is get their dress on, and then they kind of take photos of that, and they want their bridesmaids done so that they can have the photos of the bridesmaids with the bride, to kind of pretend doing the dress and things like that. But sometimes what happens is that they like you to have the bride themselves like to be done maybe before you do the bridesmaid, like the last bridesmaid, just so that they're ready. But it really is up to you to kind of share that with your brides. I always say to do maybe a timeline with your brides, and talk to the photographer. Again, talk to the photographer. What do they like? What do they like from you? Because if you work with the photographer really, really well, it's going to show the brides that you know exactly what you're doing. It's all about being the expert. I talked about that last week. Be the expert. Be the one that brides want to book, because you're the one who is showing them that you know exactly what it is that you're doing. All right, I'm going to just go over those ones just again, once more time. Cash injection, not quick cash. This is not quick cash bridal. You're not in it. If you're in it to get rich quick, you're in the wrong industry, right? We don't get rich quick from bridal, but cash injection is how we kind of make money with our weddings, right? Because you can get a good wage. I used to make my part-time wage in one day. I used to love it. It was perfect for me. I had a great balance of being able to work part-time, working one day on a Saturday, and I would earn my part-time wage in one day. I didn't have to go back to the city and work 3 days a week to earn what I earn in a half a day on a Saturday morning. So cash injection is cool. Number 2 is our referrals. So remember, it's the cheapest way to book brides. Give your brides the best guest experience, and the referrals will come. Thirdly was the upselling and rebooking. So if you've got other services, if you're hairdressers, if you've got studios, if you're a beauty therapist, book them in for other services. Once they're there, if a bride's coming up, you should be planning their skin for their wedding. Come in, this is my little package for brides. This is something that you offer, just exclusive to my brides. And it's for you to come back, 3 times within the next 8 months between now and your wedding to make sure you've got the most perfect skin or the most perfect hair, right? So upselling and rebooking. And then lastly is our networking. So really take charge, be the expert, be the one that people want to book, and start networking with the other service providers that your brides are using. What you will find is when you find that dream bride, I talked about this again last week, when you find your dream bride, the brides there, book you in advance, pay you on time, and don't haggle your prices, the brides that we all really, really want. When you find those dream brides, what you're going to find is that they're going to have similar photographers that they work with. You're going to probably work with maybe 1 or 2 photographers quite constantly, because they're going to like their work, because it shows off how they look. And then they're going to work with you because you've worked with the photographers before. It starts building up a bit of a network. They'll probably use, if you're in the same area, they're likely to use maybe the same florists and stuff. So networking is huge in bridal as well. All right, guys, that's it. I had such a long week. I can feel my throat going after talking with you guys every single day last week. I started again this morning. I can just feel my throat's going again. You guys must be sick of my voice. All right, I will be back again Monday next week, Monday morning at 9 a.m. With your next broadcast. Other than that, guys, please leave me some comments below. You're so welcome, Paula. You're very welcome. Instagrammers, I'm so happy to have been able to go live with you guys today. To everyone on Facebook, thank you so much for watching me. I shall see you guys again next week. Don't forget the magazine's out, and you can watch the replays now of boot camp. They're also available in my bio for Instagram. Guys, it's in my newsfeed if you're on Facebook. And the latest issue of Bridal Business is out too. All right, guys, take care for now. Oh, you're so welcome. I'll speak to you guys again soon.